So the last time you done some like a fitness thing that you were in the hole then, Spain sunset to sunrise then?
And it was not only in the hole, it was the biggest hole. It was the biggest hole in terms
You thought
of
you were in the
duration.
hole, and then you went into the hole even more so, and then even more and deeper and deeper.
But it was also like that was a weird hole in the sense that when you go into a hole, you're just suffering, and you don't like you can suffer at your own pace and your own time.
Yeah, to keep.
And then like it's going to come to an end at some point. But this hole was weird because I knew that the duration of this hole was at least 80 miles. Like the maximum duration of this hole was 80 miles, which is a fucking brutal. And then the minimum pace of this hole was about 35 kilometres an hour, 30 to 35 kilometres an hour. Because there was times that we were averaging 30 to 40 kilometres an hour. So not only did they need to maintain that speed and know that the duration of this hole could have been up to 80 miles, and my digestive system had fucking came to a halt, and I didn't know how I was going to fuel, and I knew that if I didn't get the electrolytes I was going to cramp, and I knew that if I didn't last at this speed, I was going to be in the hole for at least another 3 hours on top, because it would have took me that much longer not keeping that pace.
Yeah.
So it was a whole world of shit going on.
So what's the attraction with that then? Doing that? Like, what did you get out of that?
I actually felt I really enjoyed it. I really got a buzz off it because it was like whenever you go really long on an event, you need to manage yourself. Like you need to manage your effort, you need to manage your fuel, you need to manage your hydration, and unless you like anybody can be good for a short distance, but when you go long distance, and particularly being in that group of people were really good. And to be that good for that long, you needed to really play your cards well. So there was a mental strategy in terms of how you played your effort, and then there was a mental battle in terms of how you managed the hole, and then there was doing it over that distance and that duration. So it was one of those like, fuck me, this is never like it felt never ending at points, and then when you started to come back to life, I was like, fuck me, I'm alive again, man. And it's like the euphoria, like the lift that you were getting, because the digestive system had started to work, and the energy gels were starting to seep in, and everything that I hoped would have worked 20 miles ago had started to work, and I'm like, I'm alive. And it started.
You try and stay on top of it again, and you revisit it.
And even just the whole like lead up, because I mean, sometimes when you get to the end, you can start to fall apart because you know the end's near, and you start to unravel. Like when we done the 85 mile, we done the ETAP Caledonia, I was still unwell, and I was out on the Saturday with the boys, and I was hacking up a lung. Like they were like, you sure you want to do this tomorrow? Like I was really, really unwell, and then I had to go to the pharmacy to get some like ibuprofen, max flu tablets. I was like, I'm in the shit. And then when I got finished that, I was cycling up the hill, and I was getting cramped. I was 85 miles. And I'm like, I've got 210. That's a fucking huge duration to go.
All your experiences start to play into it.
And it's like managing that effort. And it's like, well, what the point I was making at that Caledonia was I was getting close at the line. As I was getting close at the line, I was starting to unravel. So I'd exhausted whatever I'd had with me, and I was getting to the line, and I was just getting to the line. Where at 170, between 170 miles and 210 miles, I was getting better and better and better because everything was starting to work. So it was a very different finish, and the euphoria and the fucking buzz, and you know you're going to make it, and that euphoria was just feeding you, and you like your system's starting to work, and it's fucking 2:30 in the morning, and you've been riding your bike for 11:30 the previous morning, and you're like, it's fucking working, I'm back, man, I'm in the game.
It's me.
So it was great to go and put yourself to the sword to that level.
I think you should ask your audience what fitness thing you should do next.
That's your shite, man.
Nah, well, you've done that with your question box for tomorrow night.
Nah, keep it to bodybuilding and talk shit about the gym.